Good, whoa, good evening, Wizards Nation. Breaking news, unfortunate news on this. I can't speak on this Thanksgiving Day. I hope everyone's with their families. Probably gonna be with their families in a couple hours, depending on what time y'all celebrate it. But Corey Kispert has been diagnosed, or it's been official now that he is out for a couple of weeks with a right thumb injury. It's been said by, I'm going to read a couple of tweets, but he has been diagnosed with a fracture to the end of his right thumb. Wizards officials said he will not need surgery, and an injury such as this typically requires 3 weeks of recovery. With Trey Johnson, we already know he's also out. They're saying they're going to evaluate him in a couple of weeks. This should mean more minutes, obviously, for Cam Whitmore. Hopefully, Will Riley and others on the wing. Kispert suffered the injury on Tuesday's win over the Hawks. But I will admit, I'm gonna be straightforward. I think Champagne is going to be the main beneficiary from this, considering how, the last game, how the rotations were after Corey Kispert was out. I believe Corey Kispert only played 21 minutes, and he still dogged on them. But ideally, I would want Will Riley to get some minutes. Cam Whitmore to get some minutes as well. But this is unfortunate because Corey Kispert was on a tear. Yeah, Red Wings is right. He was on a tear recently. Starting 2 games, Keyshawn George was out for an illness. Came in and was wrecking with McCollum. Then the other game, I believe Middleton was out with the Veterans Day rest or whatever the hell. Well, he wasn't celebrating Veterans Day. He was out. And he came in. And he wrecked. Charles McCoy, I agree with you. They should have traded him in the offseason. But I believe they didn't get an offer that they liked. Because I remember making videos saying that he was actually available. But I feel like people lowballed us. And honestly, rightfully so. Because Corey Kispert last year had a bit of a down year last year. 36% from the field, from the three last year, which is second career low. Yeah. So let's just go over Corey Kispert real quick. His stats. So this year he's kind of having like it's only 17 games he's played, but he's kind of having like a bounce back year for the man. 50% from the field, 40% from the three. I love that. That's where he should be, because he's a marksman. He's a sniper. 40% from the three on 4 attempts from 3. I'd like to get that a bit higher, but I will admit also he's averaging 6 minutes less than the past, well, honestly, since his rookie year. I can't speak. What's wrong with me? So, again, it's only 17 games, but he's having a bit of a bounce back year, especially within the past 2 games. I'm going to read y'all the game log. 20 points against the Bulls in 37 minutes. He was 3 of 6 from the 3. 19 points against the Hawks. He played actually 24 minutes before he got injured. And he was 4 of 8 from the 3. 50% from the 3. Even before that, he was playing solid, man. He was one of those guys where, I'm not going to lie, in the beginning of the season, I was dogging on him. I'm like, his defense, defense never been it. But I'm just like, what does he offer? He's not making his threes. In the beginning, he was a little bit inconsistent in the beginning of the season. Anyways, I do want to say this. Let me put chat back up here. Because when we saw a thumb injury, they stated it was his right thumb. I was worried because from last year, he had a thumb injury and it actually required surgery. And remember, he was out for the season afterwards. Granted, this was towards the end of the season on March 18th, but he injured a ligament, or he had to repair a ligament tear in his left thumb. So at least that's good news. It's nothing big. It's not a reoccurring thing from last year. But, and to say right here, Kispert was expected to make a full recovery and be ready for the start of training camp. Again, we signed him to a 4-year, $54 million deal prior to the season last year. He ended up averaging 11.6 points, 3 rebounds in 61 games. But granted, the most important thing was he was shooting 36% from the 3. and that's his bread and butter. Wasn't up to par. But he had a bit of he was a down year last year, but he's bouncing back. I like Corey, I do, but at the same time, just like I just don't feel like he fits our timeline. We got other wings that I'm very intrigued with. Let's see what everybody says here. When it rains, it pours for the Wiz. Yep. If anything, I was thinking this too, y'all, because let me show y'all something real quick. Tomorrow, for those who are interested in the tankathon, well, not for all of us who should be wired into this tankathon. Tomorrow's game, we play. We play the frickin' Pacers. And right now, we're currently tied with the Pacers. Oh, no, they're actually beating us. Fuck. We're number 2. They're beating us. They're on top of the board on the current tankathon. We play them tomorrow. We play them actually in Indiana. So, we're not going to have Corey Kispert. We're out with Trey Johnson. If there's a game that I want to lose, it's tomorrow. Even though I feel like the Pacers are going to be, they're going to bounce back. I feel like they're going to bounce back in this season. I keep saying this every single freaking video, and I don't want to, sound like a freaking broken record, but the Pacers, this team went to the finals last year. They were riddled with injuries. They lost Miles Turner, and we know about Tyrese Halliburton, but Rick Carlisle's too good of a coach. He's too good of a coach, man. And so is Ben Mathurin back. So, but still, let's lose tomorrow. I'm gonna be honest. I want to lose tomorrow. When we play teams like the Pelicans, the Pacers, the Nets, fucking even the Hornets piss me off. Let's lose. But let's most importantly, let's lose competitively. I don't want to get blown out like we got blown out against the Nets. I hate being a tank, man. I hate this thing. It's so much uncertainty, man. It's not like in the NFL. In the NFL, you know where you're going to pick right after the game's over with. We know the Commanders currently are scheduled to have the 7th overall pick, and that's not going to change unless they lose or win, obviously, or people, But with this is still not the end-all, be-all. That's stupid lottery. That's going to fuck us over again. I know, man. I'm tired of 20-point losses. Me too, bro. Me too. That's unacceptable. The loss against the Nets is unacceptable. But if we lose by 5 to 10 points against the Pacers, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Look at this race. If we win tomorrow, we could fall to possibly 4th in the tankathon. 4th. Granted, I don't feel like it's going to be like this the entire season. I feel like 2 teams are going to, possibly us and the Nets, we're going to, distance ourselves from the rest of the pack. But man, I don't know. Remember, in order for us to keep our to play it safe, because our pick is top 8 protected, we have to have no worse than the 4th worst record in this league. Because with our luck, if we have the 4th worst record, the lowest we can possibly go is 8. So even if we get screwed over, we would still keep our pick. So it'll be a 100% chance we keep our pick. But man, going back to Corey Kispert, man, it sucks. It sucks for him. But he'll be back. It looks like both him and Trey Johnson are going to be back in a couple of weeks together, possibly around the same time. I'm assuming they're going to be back before Christmas. Trey Johnson was injured earlier this week. Was it this week? I don't even remember. Was it last Friday? I don't even remember. But within the same time frame, ideally when Corey Kispert comes back, he has a couple months to continue his solid play. Hopefully he regains his trade value. And we'll see where we go from there. Hey man, if he's still shooting 40% from the 3, that contract's not too bad. Hopefully somebody, but just offer us a 2nd round pick. We know Will Dawkins likes 2nd round picks. Red Wing says more minutes. Oh, my bad. More minutes for Cam, Bub, Will at least. Bub actually had a solid game. He did. Bub had a solid game. I think, honestly, I keep saying honestly. It's one of my freaking nervous ticks. I think it's going to be Champagne, considering the rotations last game after Corey Kispert got injured. I think Champagne is going to be the main beneficiary. I think they're also going to increase Ken Whitmore's minutes, which I would like. I would love. Red Wing, yeah, Middleton did show playmaking. He had, I believe, 12 assists. 12 assists. He stuffed the stat sheet last night. AJ still isn't getting minutes. Yeah, man. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think, though, man. At least it's not anything that he's out for a couple of months. That's all because if he was out until mid-January, then he'd have to come back, shake off the rust, and then by then, his trade value would be a bit stagnant. I don't know about diminished, but stagnant. It looks like he's going to be 100% healthy by February. So there's that. So it's not too bad. They said few, right? Yeah, few weeks. So depending on your definition of few, I would assume it's 2 to 3 weeks. Well, it says typically requires 3 weeks of recovery. So looking at, right before Christmas for these guys, I hope those assists assist him in a trade elsewhere for Middleton. Yeah, dude, I think we're gonna be very active in the trade deadline, like we were last year. In 3-team deals, they will call us. Teams will call us. We will be the ultimate wingman this trade deadline, like we were last year. I feel like maybe possibly even more. Well, if somebody wants to get something done, they're gonna have to call us. Be like, hey man, can you take on this shit contract? Here's a couple of second round picks. If we get lucky, we get another Marcus Smart type trade. Here's a first round pick. We got super lucky with the Marcus Smart trade because Memphis wasn't that bad when they gave us their first round pick, and then they ended up sucking towards the end of the second half. Middleton will get bought out if necessary. He's the least of the problems. I don't know. I brought this up last stream, and not that many people commented, but let me know what y'all think about this, man. I wouldn't mind putting Corey Kispert in the starting lineup when he comes back. Like we're a different team when Corey's on the starting lineup. We've looked different. It'll help us out in a number of ways. Obviously, we won't be as bad, considering how we played with him, and he's the spacing. Our offense just looks more fluid. And on top of that, him being in a starting lineup, he's getting more minutes, and then his trade value can continue to rise. Yep, Mac McCoy. Yep, to increase his trade value. Yep, spacing too. Yeah, I said that. Yep. So I'm saying this: put Corey Kispert when he comes back. Obviously, put Corey Kispert in the starting lineup and put Middleton to the bench. Like, let them swap their roles. You know what I mean? You still got your 2 veterans in a starting lineup with McCollum and Kispert, and then you got your 3 young bucks. It would be Bilal, Sarr, Key, most likely, or Trey, whoever, but mostly Bilal, Sarr, and Key, who you're developing. Let's do that. It'll help us out. Now, the only downside to that is possibly we might start playing better. We'll start winning games. Maybe I don't know. The fuck with the Wizards winning games. I don't know. It's not a complete sentence, but then it could not help us in the tank. I don't know. But considering how we played the last 2 games with Corey Kispert in the starting lineup, I would toss it out there. Now, with Middleton's veteran status, I don't know. I don't know what Coach Keefe. Nobody knows what Coach Keefe is thinking. This man. But if I'm Coach Keefe, and Coach Keefe clearly wants to win, he's trying his best. This man is trying. They have too many players at that position. Someone has got to go. I agree. They need to minimize this log jam. I think I wouldn't. I don't know if Middleton will get bought out. I don't. I think the ideal thing is Corey Kispert gets shipped, opens up. He's playing 20 minutes this year. Those minutes can be allocated to hopefully like dudes like Will Riley, who I definitely want to see in the second half of this season. Dude, when Will Riley gets minutes, I'm telling y'all right now, he is going to be like not the talk of the town, but like, I mean, we're already gushing over him and he's barely playing any minutes. Like, he is going to raise some eyebrows. I usually don't like talking like this because like this man has barely played any minutes, but like in a limited amount of minutes, like him coming out of college, but also like in summer league and also how he got sent over to the G League for one game, had 28 points. I don't know. Yeah, I think if I'm a betting man, this is what's going to happen. I think McCollum's going to get shipped. Oh, he's increasing his trade value with that performance last night, a couple days ago. McCollum's going to get shipped. That'll open up minutes for Trey Johnson. Clearly. Hopefully. It better be. It better be. Trey be getting 30 minutes a night after McCollum gets shipped. McCollum's going to get shipped. And he'll be the first one to go. Not because he's playing, but not because like, you know, he has trade value, expiring contract. He could actually offer something to a playoff deep team. McCollum will be shipped. And they'll do their best to trade Corey Kispert. I think it's easier to trade McCollum than it is to trade Corey Kispert. Obviously because of the length of their contracts. McCollum's expiring. Corey Kispert, I believe, got 3 more years left. In an ideal world, both of them get shipped, and Middleton stays. You need his veteran presence. Middleton's only playing, I believe, 24 minutes a night. Let me go confirm that. He's not playing too much. I mean, we know Middleton, he's going to have, most likely towards this latter half of the season, he's going to be in and out of lineups. He's already doing that now due to his injury history. So there could be games where he is playing. I mean, there could be weeks in the second half of the season where he's not even playing, but he's still on the roster. Like, look at this. He is averaging 25 minutes right now. He being Chris Middleton. So, and that's what honestly I would want to. Trade CJ and trade Corey. Keep Middleton just for veteran presence. And then this offseason, do what you want to do. I don't know if I'll bring back Middleton. I don't know. That'll be a whole ordeal for Dawkins. I mean, you need a veteran, but I don't think Middleton's at that stage where he wants to be a bench warmer. I still feel like he wants to play. Obviously, yeah, of course. I mean, this man's... But then again, I don't know, man. This is the time where he's 34 years old. That's a whole different video. I don't know. Red Wing says, we currently got 2 firsts, 4 seconds in this upcoming draft, and adding whatever we get at deadline, and we could either trade up or get a good player. That's what I keep thinking, too. I feel like we're going to add more draft ammunition in the trade deadline this year for this upcoming draft. Because when we had pick 18 and pick 6, I was just like, if we get screwed over, which we did, I was like, dude, combine them both, trade up to get the dude you want. We've seen Dawkins be aggressive whenever he covets somebody. Bilal Coulibaly, Keyshawn George traded up one spot. And this year, I feel like it's even more, man. Don't use all the picks, but I mean, like, if you have multiple second round picks, trade up to go up one spot to get your man. Just ensure that you get your man. I'm tired of like this whole, what Tommy Shepard was doing a lot was just like, all right, man, we're going to stand pat. We're going to see what the board gives us. That's it. No, dude, you got to be aggressive. So, I don't know. I have a feeling we're going to have multiple I believe we're going to have three. I'm calling it prediction time. I think we're going to have 3 first-round picks. Right now we got 2. I think we're going to get 1 more in the trade deadline. I think we're going to get 1 more. Dude, that would be so dope. 3 first-round picks in this draft where we can maneuver. A GM, where we have a GM that has a history of maneuvering. Oh, man. I'm already in draft mode and we're in November. What the fuck? Oh, man. But yeah, man, I'm going to call it quits, y'all. I didn't want to keep this stream too long. Yep, Corey Kispert's out for a few weeks. We wish him well. We wish him well. Hopefully he comes back locked and loaded and continues his stellar play. Yeah, it was stellar play. And this is not coming from a Corey Kispert stand. You got to give props when it's due. He shut my ass up. No. He's been balling. Corey's been balling. I've been even advocating to put him in the starting lineup over Middleton. But, you know, at least it's just a few weeks. They're saying most likely 3 weeks. And when he comes back, continue your play. And then we'll see come trade deadline. But in the meantime, it's hopefully Will Riley time. I think it's going to be Justin Champagnie time, which I'm not mad about, but I want to see some Will Riley. And I think Ken Whitmore's also going to get a bump in minutes too. But yeah, take care, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you guys spend it with your families and your loved ones. I will see y'all tomorrow. We got an important game tomorrow against the Pacers. I think I'm going to drop a video tomorrow as well. But yeah, take care, everybody. Peace.